Marty, tell us about your role at the Te Awamutu Hockey Club.
At present, I am the president of the hockey club. I also help coach our development team and just look after day-to-day running of the club and working with teams and what their needs are.
Tell us how and when you got started.
In the hockey club, I first started, my wife Maggie played for Te Awamutu Sports. I used to go along and watch, and one day they said, "Hey, we've only got 10 players, have you played hockey before?" So I just said, at high school I played 1 year, so they said, "Well, here's a stick, off you go." And from there I just sort of, next week they were like, "Oh, do you want to play again?" And I started from that.
So you started as the player and then you moved on to other positions?
Yeah, I started playing. I'd been involved with hockey because just through Maggie, just going along. And from there I went into umpiring, and once I got involved in the club I sort of got on the administration side.
So what are some of the challenges that you've faced in the role?
Going through, because I've moved up from, I started off as a club captain of the men's side, and then when our president retired they asked me if I'd take over the president role. And I'd been to quite a few meetings and knew what was happening by then, so that side of it, just the running of the club, wasn't too hard. Yes, the actual getting time and people together for meetings, I've found probably over the last few years people haven't got as much time to actually get in and have meetings, and also it's just to get somewhere to actually have that meeting. We try and arrange our meetings like after a practice or before a practice, so people are already at the hockey turf. But yeah, and all in all, it's just your general things, just like getting people there, and just their I suppose just getting their time to do it.
So it's an ongoing thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ongoing. I found that people just don't seem to have as much time to volunteer now. A lot of people now are very reluctant to volunteer for things. I've always been told if you ask a busy person, you get it done, because the busy people that seem to be doing everything are the ones that get everything done. And a lot of the people that are actually volunteering for the hockey are also doing a lot of other stuff with volunteer work.
You talked about your wife Maggie getting you started in the club. How does your family support your volunteering?
My volunteering in hockey is supported well by the family, because we have 2 children who both play hockey and are still playing hockey. And the main reason I'm very involved in the hockey is because of that. So the support from the family is really good, because they're all involved with the hockey. Originally I got started right from the very beginning, coming into volunteering is from when my kids first started playing sport, going along as a parent, and they're saying, can someone help out, be the coach or manager? And I was always willing to, come along and do. So I've done coaching of soccer, rugby, and now hockey. So,
if there is someone wanting to become a sport maker, any advice?
I think you've got to go along there wanting to do it, not going along thinking that everyone will think I'm going to get lots of thanks and everything. It's probably a thankless job. A lot of people just don't seem to even think about that person's here every week looking after this team. I've just got to drop my child off and go and get a coffee. They've got to put the team on the paddock, organise the team, work out who's playing, be mindful of who played last week and how much game time they've got, just so that they can actually, keep everything fair for the teams and the players.
What's the best part of being a sport maker?
Probably the thing I enjoy the most is seeing people out there doing the sport, playing the sport, getting out on the field and running around and enjoying their sport. But I am just one of many, many people that do a lot of work in the hockey. I'm just one that's pulled out. I'm no better. I don't put in more time. I know people that put in more time than I do into the hockey and into other sports. So the great thing is to actually see people out there doing it. Right from when I played sports since I was 8 years old, I used to play rugby. Right from then we had managers, we had coaches, we had parents taking us to the sport. So now I'm just putting back into the sport what people have given to me over the past, and I think it's worthwhile. I'm very lucky that being a self-employed dairy farmer, I can arrange some of my work around it so that I can get the time to put in and do the sport.
And you definitely recommend it to others?
Oh yeah, it is very enjoyable. There are times when you think, why am I doing this? Because, I'm doing all this work and I don't get any thanks. But to see those people out there playing sport and enjoying their sport, it's really worthwhile.
Fantastic. Well, we thank you very much for your SportMaker volunteering.
Yeah, well, thanks very much.